I made this today. It took me about 20 minutes.
Peace for Palestine, justice for Palestine.
Peace for Palestine, Wirral.
Peace for Palestine.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! The way I look at it, if you want to settle in someone's country, you should do it how people done it in Britain, where they were shipped over. They had to work the way, buy properties, rent, and live, you know, so that's the right way. You don't force someone out the house to say, you know, this is my house, you come, this is my house.
Is supported the right of the Palestinian people to freedom. Freedom in the historic, secular liberation struggles.
Palestine.
Free Palestine! We want justice!
That's it, we want justice!
Free Palestine!
আজকে আমরা আইছি আসলে আমরা যে গাজাত যে মুসলমান ভাই সকলে হুরু হুরু বাচ্চা নকলে যে নির্যাতন করা হয় তার উপরে যে অত্যাচার নির্যাতন লাইক এটার প্রতিবাদ জানাইবার লাগে আমরা এখানে আইছি।
My support for Palestinians who are real people that are being regularly bombed and you know, losing their lives just because they want to live.
Thank you very much. So where are you from, my brother?
From Gaza, bro.
Gaza, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yes.
What message you want to get out there for your people?
Free Palestinian, you know, it's this is war, it's from a long time, you know. There is kids die, you know, the war is not good, you know, just we need peace for Palestinian and Europe people, and justice we want to happen for Palestinian, really, because they are suffering so much from long time.
Thank you to everyone for coming together today. It was a really positive experience for everyone to come and show solidarity and wish peace for Palestine.
Thank you very much. Hold my hand, please. This way.
Statement, and then I've got a request of all of you here today, which I think will be very appropriate, and something I hope that everybody here can take forward as an action to help and show your solidarity for the people of Palestine. So the latest outbreak of hostilities in Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories has to be seen in the context of the expansionist and settlement policies of the Israeli government, which show an utter disregard for international law. The Green Party has long supported the struggle of the Palestinian people and will continue to do so. We are proud to join with all of those who stand with the Palestinian people in their determined and courageous struggle for human rights and national self-determination. More and more people worldwide, with a new awareness of the unjust treatment of minorities because of the Black Lives Matter campaign, are recognizing and actively supporting the Palestinian cause. A return to the status quo of continued oppression and dispossession, of progressive ethnic cleansing, and the denial of all hope to the Palestinian people cannot be tolerated. So our government has to act, and specifically, our government must recognize that the laws Israel has created represent an institutionalized regime of racial domination and oppression over the Palestinian people. They must call on Israel to immediately cease court proceedings against the Palestinian families who are under imminent threat of forced eviction, and repeal all laws it has enacted to further the policy of population transfer in violation of Palestinians' fundamental rights. We must call on the international community to cooperate to bring to an end, including through measures such as sanctions, the denial of the right to self-determination, a ban on sales of arms and military hardware to Israel. We are proud supporters of the boycott, divestment and sanctions campaign. And this is where I want all of you to do something for me, because millions of pounds are invested locally here in Wirral and across Merseyside through the Merseyside Pension Fund, through investments in companies that supply weapons and support to Israel and other oppressive regimes. Now, I'm chair of the Wirral Merseyside Pensions Committee, and I've been meeting regularly with the Palestine Solidarity Campaign to discuss ways that we can actively and practically stop this investment in this unethical way. So what I want you to do, I want you to go home this evening after this. I want you to email your local councillors, and I want you to ask them what are they doing to support the campaign to reduce or eliminate the investments in companies that are actively supporting what is happening in Israel and Palestine. So please do that for me, because I'm working with other councillors on the committee who want to further this agenda, and this is something practical that we can all do that can really help the people in Palestine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. And thank you to all the organisers for this protest for peace for Palestine today. We are cross-community, we are cross-party, and we are all campaigning for justice together. As well as being elected as the Labour Councillor for Bamborough, I also am Jewish. My Jewish great-grandparents fled European fascism for safety here in England. Some perished in the Holocaust. Some of my Jewish family live in Israel and Palestine, and some of my friends also, like brave teenagers like Antalya, who refused to serve in the Israeli army occupation. After the Holocaust, many Jewish refugees returned alive from countries like the UK. And the new state of Israel made laws so that Jewish people like me could make Aliyah, could have the right to return. But most Jewish people do not live in Israel. And it's not in our name that the Israeli government kills Palestinian children like Tala, Rula and Yara. The current state of Israel does not allow the human right of return, the Palestinian refugees simply to return home, nor their children, like my friend Fadel. The state violence, oppression and racist laws continue between Israel's borders, and they continue between the river and the sea. So what do we mean when we say Palestine shall be free? We mean free from oppression, free from apartheid, free from occupation and war. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Thank you, Wirral. Can I introduce Amira Stanisnik and Perry, who is from Gaza, to say a few words?
Sorry.
My name's Amira. I lived in the Wirral for 30 years. I now live in Liverpool. I've been a Muslim for 20 years. I've had the good fortune of visiting Palestine on 2 occasions, when I was 17 with my school, and then when I was 40 I took my son and I prayed at Al-Aqsa that was recently attacked in the holy days of Ramadan. And I'm sure you were all just as upset and devastated by what we saw unfold, especially in that sacred month. And I was really happy to hear that a few days ago the chief rabbis of Israel came together. I think there were 70 of them a few days ago. Palestine is the heart of all the faiths, the 3 faiths. And an attack on Palestine is an attack on Judaism, it's an attack on Christianity. So we all have that common interest, and if there's war there, we're going to have war all over the world, okay? In terms of looking at what we can do, sometimes you feel disempowered when you see so far away what's happening. We can support Palestinian families who are fleeing. We can look at our own selves and look at, are we oppressing anybody? Yeah, because what we see on the world stage is like a mirror of what's happening locally. So are we oppressing anybody in our position of authority? Start with ourselves, okay? And work outward, and that's how we make the world a better place. I just wanted to share a couple of words about a Jewish man called Gabay Mate. He's a well-respected physician who's retired now, and he does a lot of work on trauma, and he's a survivor of the Holocaust. And he admits that in his youth he believed in the Zionist dream, and even his grandfather was a good friend of the Zionist leaders. And he believed in a Jewish state with an army, and he felt it was an exhilarating dream to have. But he said, to make this dream a reality, you had to impose a nightmare on the Palestinian people. And this is when he woke up, and he went to Gaza. He saw
Neil and Paul from the National Education Union.
Thank you very much. So, as local officers with the National Education Union, I just want to say two things. One is the NEU stands for anti-racism and has lots of guidance for any teachers out there available, and specifically for dealing with controversial issues in school, which should be discussed with the pupils. So if you are a teacher, please have a look at that. Secondly, locally, we've been doing a lot of work with the Wirral Dean Centre, Mike, and the council for the last about 4 years, promoting the Srebrenica initiative, which is to remember, to learn and to pledge some action against hate and to promote respect amongst the whole community. So it's a great sight in front of me to see so many people from different representatives of the community. Paul now is just going to say a few words about the curriculum side of things. Thank you.
Thanks, Neil. Great to see so many people here, and it's a privilege to be here today. I just want to tell you about what's happening in schools and where we're going. And an awful lot of good work has been done over the past 20 years in schools to promote respect and tolerance of different communities. I know many of you parents, many of you are children at school, and you will know that. But there is still a long way to go. And what the National Education Union will be campaigning for over the next few years is a change to the curriculum. And this is mainly in the history area. What needs to be brought forward to our young people and proposed is the fact that the British Empire existed, for starters. I never got taught in school there was such a thing as the British Empire. I'm sure many of you didn't. So that needs to be brought forward, and it also needs to be explained that the British, to tell people the truth about their history, to tell them the way their own indigenous population were treated by the British. Tell the truth about our past. If you tell the truth, people can make up their own mind about it. But at the moment, we have an education curriculum which...
Thank you for your attendance today. One of the great things about living in this country is that we can express what we believe. And I think, you know, amen to that, because I think that is a great privilege, and many people across the world don't enjoy that freedom. So I think we're very grateful for that. I just wanted to share with you some of the plans that we've got. Of course, this isn't a Wirral Dean Centre exclusively organised event. It's a joint event with many stakeholders. But in terms of the Wirral Dean Centre, which I represent, the Wirral Dean Centre is looking to open a new community cafe after lockdown, and in that community cafe, obviously we've got a mosque inside, but at the community cafe it welcomes everybody. It wants to bring people together, and I think the most important thing that we can show the next generation is that what we do is we bring people of all faiths, all backgrounds together, and we nurture tolerance, respect and understanding between people of all faiths, no faith, all backgrounds, all colours, all creeds, all political persuasions. Thank you. If the people of Palestine and Israel were to have the same sentiment and understanding, we would have a different situation. Peace for Palestine. Peace, peace, peace. Can you repeat with me? Peace for Palestine. Peace, peace, peace. Peace for Palestine. Peace, peace, peace. Peace for Palestine.
Peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace for Palestine.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace for Palestine.
Peace, peace.
Peace for Palestine.
Peace for Palestine.
Peace for Palestine.
Peace for Palestine.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace, peace.
There can't be peace without justice.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. We pray for all good men and women across the world to work together so peace can be restored in the Holy Lands and across the world. Myself and other faith leaders across the Merseyside, Liverpool City region are in a final chant. Peace for Palestine.
No peace without
Peace
justice.
for Palestine.
No peace without justice.
Peace for Palestine.
No peace without justice.
Peace for Palestine.
No peace without justice.
Peace, peace.
Justice for the Palestinian people.
Thank you very much.
Justice for Palestine.
Thank you very much, Piara, for all of the hard work. And thank you very much to all of the organisers, especially a relative, friend, Ashad, Shanor. Thank you, sir.
Why you say nothing about justice? Don't have peace without justice.
I've given you the opportunity to say what you would like to. Thank you very much. Peace for Palestine. Thank you.
Show me the map, show the map.
Oh.
I mean, not the map, sorry. The flag.
I made this today. It took me about 20 minutes.
Alright. Should have a copy of Fight Racism.
Right. Thank you very much. Bro, yeah, okay. Is there a message that you want to put out there?
Peace for Palestine, justice for Palestine. We need to do what we can to make sure that Palestine is peaceful and there's justice for them. And also, if you go back in history, Muslims, Christians and Jews all work together, all live together in a peaceful state. So there's no reason why we can't do this. Muslims and Christians, you know, there's so much similarity. You know, we're like rivaling siblings that fight one another. So we need to put that aside and look for peace and justice on our common ground. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace for Palestine.
Peace for Palestine.
Justice for Palestine.
Free for Palestine!
Come on, everybody, justice for Palestine! Again! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Go ahead. Can I take a picture of you and your brother? And I'll put the picture of Palestine. Not his face. Wait, go this.
It's not really on your face.
Well, that's alright. Thank you.
Where's the Asian receiver? Where's the receiver? Where's the receiver? Peace for Palestine. Thank you very much, brother.
Would you like to say anything for Palestine?
You want to say anything?
No.
He said, I am very unhappy, I am very sad.
Oh, that's so sad.
They are dying.
He's shy.
Yeah, no, he's not.
It's okay, it's okay.
You're a superstar.
It's okay.
The way I look at it, if you want to settle in someone's country, you should do it how people done it in Britain, where they were shipped over. They had to work the way, buy properties, rent, and live, you know, so that's the right way. You don't force someone out the house to say, you know, this is my house, you come, this is my house, it was God given, and drive him out. You can't do that, it's not right, you know. So if you're going to do it, you know, come in, rent a place, work, earn your money, and buy the property, and then make it your land, you know, the right way, like you know, our family did it, and you know, my father moved over, my grandfather moved over to the UK. You know, they wasn't given land or property by the Queen. They had to work, they had to earn it, and they had to buy, they had to pay a mortgage, and over the years after they paid the mortgage, then it becomes theirs. And that's how it should be, you know, someone shouldn't be forced out of their own land. Do you want to say anything?
I think that guy is from Gaza over there. I think we should go up and speak to him.
Which guy?
That one.
Huh? A message from yourself, please.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
What do I have to say? My name is Robert. I am from a paper called Fight Racism, Fight Imperialism. I'm a socialist, I'm a communist. And that means that I've always supported the right of the Palestinian people to freedom. Freedom in the historic, secular liberation struggles view is a unitary state, a unitary secular state across historic Palestine. Whilst the Zionist state still exists, that remains an impossibility. The destruction of Zionism and of a Zionist state is the prelude to the establishment of that secular state. And that secular state will welcome people of all different faiths, because at the end of the day, it is not about religion. It is about the rights of an oppressed and displaced people. And we stand on their side. We know that Palestine is a central political issue here in this country. It is a central issue because historically, of course, the Balfour Declaration established the support for a Zionist state, and the major political parties, in particular the Tories and the Labour Party, have supported the Zionist state and the creation of Israel since 1917. The Labour Party today is a Zionist party. It is sheer hypocrisy for people to speak in the name of the Labour Party and speak about the rights of the Palestinian people when they are members of a pro-Zionist party which endorses the Holocaust Remembrance Association definition of anti-Semitism, which condemns those who call the establishment of Israel as a racist endeavour. Of course it was a racist endeavour because it required the driving out of 750,000 Palestinian people to turn it into a viable Zionist state. We stand against racism, we stand against anti-Semitism, and that means we stand against Zionism.
Yes, thank you very much. We stand for peace. Thank you. Wave the flag. Well done. On curved in the lage. Hoga, free Palestine.
Free Palestine! We want justice!
That's it, we want justice.
Free Palestine!
হোক আপনার ইনো কিতা লাগে আইছেন?
আজকে আমরা আইছি আসলে আমরা যে গাজাত যে মুসলমান ভাই সকলে সরু সরু বাচ্চা নকলে যে নির্যাতন করা হয় তার উপরে যে অত্যাচার নির্যাতন লাইক এটার প্রতিবাদ জানাইবার লাগে আমরা এখানে আইছি। আমরা আল্লাহ যদি আমরা জিকাই এটলিস্ট আমরা কইতে পারবো যে আমরা তারা লাগে স্টান্ড করছি, এছাড়া তো আমরা এই দেশ থেকে আর কিছু করার নাই। তো আল্লাহ তারারে রক্ষা করতা আর তারা শান্তি হইত, ওইটার লাগে আমরা প্রতিবাদ জানালাম।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Justice for Palestine. Justice for Palestine.
Come on for the YouTube channel.
Thank you to everyone for coming together today. It was a really positive experience for everyone to come and show solidarity and wish peace for Palestine.
Thank you very much. What you guys saying, man? What you guys saying? What brings you up here? What brings you here? Huh?
For the cause, man.
For the cause. What cause is it?
Free Palestine, man. You know,
Yeah, I can't see your face.
nah, same.
Huh? Same?
Yeah.
Peace to Palestine, yeah?
How are you?
How you doing, Clint? You alright? Yeah, I got a minute video I need from you. Yeah.
My support for Palestinians who are real people that are being regularly bombed and losing their lives just because they want to live.
Thank you very much.
You okay, my brother?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Where you are from?
Bangladesh.
I like Bangladesh. Good
Thank you.
people. Pakistani, Bangladesh, good to me.
So where are you from, my brother?
From Gaza, bro.
Gaza, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yes.
What message you want to get out there for your people?
Free Palestinian, it's this is war. It's from long time, There is kids die, the war is not good. Just we need peace for Palestinian and Europe people and justice. We want to happen for Palestinian really because they are suffering so much from long time. So peace for everyone.
Peace for Palestine, alhamdulillah, brother.
What's your name, brother?
Tariq.
Tariq.
Nice to meet you. You are here in Liverpool, yes?
Yeah, I live around here and stuff.
That's okay.
Take your
Bengali Instagram. What brings you to this demonstration?
Oh, is it finished?
Don't worry, it's never finished.
Let's go then.
Peace for Palestine. Oh, come on, you two girls. Ayo.
Here, you can borrow my sign if you want. Should we take the sign at least? Keep my sign.
You can go still. Spread the awareness. Yes, spread the awareness. I see you on the saber, come on.